Agora sim, já posso começar. Rony. Mais.
Hi guys. So today our interview will be with Filipa. She's a singer and songwriter and is participating of the edition of 2024 of Festival da Canção. It's representing Portugal in Eurovision song. In advanced, we would like to thank you, Filipa, to concede this interview to us. And the interview will be split in three parts. So the first one will be about your life, your biography. The second one will be about your career. And the third one will be about your participation in the competition.
So,
Now I will
you are
start to talk about your biography. It has some questions for you.
Sure.
So, Filipa, you are living now in South Africa. How are the things in South Africa?
They're good. I think South Africa is a beautiful country, and I grew up there. I was born there, so I do love being there. So things like every country, there are pros and cons. But it is a beautiful country and beautiful people. So things are good. Things are good. Things are normal. It's my normal.
Beginning with the first part about your biography and some questions about us individual.
Sure.
Being a singer was something that you always wanted from kids?
Yes, since I was very little. I think the moment I realized I wanted to do it was when I was 8 years old. I watched Grease for the first time, and I thought to myself, this is what I want to do. I want my life to feel like a musical. I want to be a musician and entertain. And so ever since I was very, very little, yes.
Okay. And since you were plugged like that, Filipa, you wanted so be a singer, and when you decide that okay, I will do it like as my job, as my career, and I will survive like that with following this profession.
Yes, I think in that moment, that was when I knew I wanted to do it, and I started taking singing lessons and piano lessons at school and being on stage, and I started entering competitions from a very young age. And then I think once I finished my last year of high school, I really was serious about doing it as a career. And that's when I started trying to post YouTube videos up and started to also dabble in songwriting. So that's when I think it really was very, very serious. It's when I left school, high school.
What are your greatest qualities, virtues as individual and a singer?
Sorry, my greatest?
Yes, as singer and individual as person.
No, sorry, my greatest what? I didn't hear the last of the question.
Qualities, virtues.
Oh, qualities. Ooh, that's a difficult question. I would say, I think as a musician, I'm very authentic and honest. So especially with my lyrics, I'm not afraid to say it like it is or express what I really feel. So I think as an artist, definitely, and I think as a person too, I've always been very honest, and it's something that I kind of live by. It's a value I live by. And I'm also very goofy. I like having a lot of fun, and so I think that's a personality trait for my person. But yeah, as a musician, I think very honest lyrically, and I think I also like to experiment and stuff that's a little bit darker. So I think that would be something as a musician that I would say.
So let's do a top 3 on your personal life. What are the most important things to you on your life that like you can't stop
live
to
without.
do, like something that is really important to your routine, to you as a person.
I would say music. So definitely number one. I wouldn't be able to live without music. It's so important to me. And then my family, very, very close to my family. So that's another thing. And food. I love eating food. So I'm a foodie. So I love trying new things. I love eating food. So I think those three things.
What is your biggest dream?
My biggest dream. I think my biggest dream would just be able to do music for the rest of my life. So it'd be great if I could just continue being an artist and a musician. And that's, I think, my biggest dream, being able to do it every day. A lot of people aren't able to live their dream, and at the moment I'm able to. So I'm very grateful, and I hope I can continue to do so.
Okay. And do you have any philosophy for life? And if you have, like, which could be this philosophy?
I would say the truth always comes out. So never lie, because the truth always comes out one way or another. So I think that's my philosophy. That's what I live by.
For you, what is the
Okay.
most important thing in the world of music?
In the world of music, I think, I think an important thing is just to find your own voice, because I think it's so incredible how there's so much different music out there, and different artists, and I think that's the beauty of music, because music is so universal and everybody loves music. So I think the most important thing is that people just continue to bring out music that's individual to them, because I think that just creates a different world and evolves the world of music, and just creates more variety and togetherness too. Because I think the amazing thing is that music's also becoming such a blended thing. There's so many different genres that are getting influenced by others. There's a mixture of sounds, and it's just really incredible. So I think that's the thing, just staying true to who you are as a musician, because you could be impacting someone else's life, and they could really love your music because it's coming from a really authentic place from you. So I think that's an important thing. Just in the music world, just keep being you, keep bringing out great music that comes from the heart.
Okay. And Filipa, you have like any prefer for music? If we go now to your playlist, which kind of music would you find there?
I like to mix things up. So at the moment, I'm listening to a lot of Bee Gees. So I love old school stuff too. So I've been listening to a lot of the Bee Gees lately. I also do love artists like Troye Sivan. There's an artist called Fletcher that I really love too at the moment. So just a mixture. I'm always listening to all types of different things.
Besides singing, of course, do you have any other talents or special ability to do something that your friends or family says that you are good at?
I think acting was always one of them, because I was always acting all the time, and apparently cooking, because lately people have complimented my cooking skills. So those two things.
And tell us like something that you are really proud of, some personal achievement that you
Um,
got, and you feel like, okay, I'm done. I have done that.
I think a personal achievement that has nothing to do with my music. I would say the relationships I've formed, my family and friends. I think those are really important to me, and I think they're an achievement in themselves, because I think I'm very lucky and very grateful for the friendships and relationships I have and the family I have. So I would say that if that can be a personal achievement, I would say.
If you could change anything in the
Yeah,
past, what
okay,
would
yeah.
you change and why?
In the past, I think I would tell myself to not be so hard on myself. I think that's something I think I would change.
And as a singer, you have any other dream, like some place that you want to be at and say like,
Mhm.
okay, I want to be on Super Bowl or
Mhm.
some like big event that you
Mhm.
were not yet?
Definitely. I think there's so many events like Super Bowl would be great. But I think something I'd really love is just to be at the Grammys. I think it's also something I've always wanted to. I always dreamed of being at. So I think on the Grammy stage, that would be really, really cool.
Tell us three things that you can't left at home when you are going for a trip. Three essential things.
Okay. A journal. I always have a journal with me. Shoes, lots of shoes. I always overpack shoes, and I think and a good moisturizer.
And Filipa, do you have any group or singer that you could recommend for people like to listen that maybe it's not that null no
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, but you already know and you
Yes.
like?
I would say Fletcher. She's really, really great, very talented, and I think they are very well known. But Il Volo, I mean, I think a lot of people, maybe English audiences, may have not heard of them as yet. So I'd say Il Volo and then Fletcher.
Since you were born in South Africa and made
Il Volo I
work,
already know as well, you know,
Mm-hmm.
since you were born in South Africa and you had many works with producers in United States,
Mm-hmm.
you can see the world of music a little more complete.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I think working with different people from all over the world and writers and producers, it gives you it always develops you as a writer because you're experiencing different things, you're learning all the time from different people and different artists. So I think it does kind of give you a little bit more knowledge because people also, even though music is such a universal thing, like, the industries are very different in each country. And I think also people have different flares and different tastes when they're from different countries. So I think it's really cool, and I think I've been really fortunate to work with people from all over the world. So yeah, I think it's really cool, and it just teaches you. You just learn.
And Filipa, if you had the opportunity to with someone, there's some singer that you really would like to sing with, like
Mm-hmm.
one of the big names, maybe that it's
Um,
important to you, it's a reference to you, would
mm-hmm,
be like
mm-hmm.
really happy to do some job with.
Definitely. Definitely. There's a lot of artists, but I think Andrea Bocelli would definitely be one artist that I'd love to sing with one day. And I'd love to collaborate with The Weeknd or with Troye Sivan. I think those are the two big ones in pop. But Andrea Bocelli for sure one day. That's a dream.
Who were the first singers from South Africa that you listened? They can influence in your career or not?
I think so. I think there's a lot of different artists that I think influence you all the time just because you listen to so much. But there's not any particular South African artist that I can pinpoint. But I think for sure, I mean, I've gotten to work with some amazing people and some amazing writers, and I think South African artists, especially now, are doing so well. Like Tyler, I mean, she's doing amazingly well all over the world. So, but there aren't any particular artists that I can pinpoint. Just in general, I think they just do influence you, because I've been involved in that industry, and of course, like, you know, you admire them and appreciate what they do.
And can we see some of the reference or the African reference on your songs? Like when you write something, it's just with based on your personal life, or you keep on mind like, okay, I will bring this from my culture as well, or not? Depends on the song or how it's for you.
Yeah, I think it depends on the song for sure. I think a lot of my songs, and my sound keeps developing, and I like to experiment with different things. But primarily, I'm a pop artist. That's what I would kind of put myself as. And I think I definitely have drawn inspiration at times from, you know, African inspiration at times. Like when it comes to the beat, I love a lot of the low end stuff, and the production wise, I love, you know, bass, and I love drums, and I love the percussion elements to things. So I think that's definitely got some influence, some African influence. And other than that, I think, yeah, my sound's always changing, and I've always been inspired by different things, and I like to just also allow the creativity to flow. So whatever comes, and depending on the song, whatever mood I'm in, whatever feeling I'm in, whatever I feel like writing about, but it does always come from an authentic place. So what I am going through, so something I've gone through, something that I relate to. So that's always where I want to try to write from.
You said that you like to acting. Can we see that aspect in your video clips, for example? How we can see?
I think so. I think some of my music videos, I do like to make it like a story around it. So you can see that definitely in my music videos. I like to make it seem like a little bit of a short film or a short movie, and also the stuff I think I post on social media. Sometimes I like to play around and goof around. So I'll post up really funny random videos. So I like to do that too. But I think definitely you can see it in my music videos. I like to really bring out the story.
Beginning with the second part of your music career, how could you describe your career until now?
Wow, I've gone through a lot. I think it's been a lot of hard work and dedication and perseverance. But I think I've really developed who I am as an artist, and I think sometimes that does take time. And I think I've become more confident in my writing, especially because I was, when I started, I was very scared of the whole songwriting world, and you know, I would just sing, and that was what I do. So I really am happy with how far I've come as a writer too, because I feel like now my music can connect so much more and so much deeper. And I've been very fortunate to have amazing opportunities, and to travel, to work with incredible people.
And
to,
what are the moments more memorable to you, Filipa?
So many, but I think
In your career?
one that really helped. Yeah, one that really helped. I think catapult my career was when I left Matric. I started posting YouTube covers, and the second video I posted was found by RyanSecrets.com, and they asked if I'd like to participate in a cover contest they had, and that was a really big moment for me because it was all public votes, and South Africa was really behind me on it, and I ended up winning. So I think that was such an amazing experience, and that also opened up my path to Los Angeles and a lot of writers there. So that was I think a really big memorable moment. And of course, like, this is memorable for me too, Festival da Canção. That's a super memorable moment. So I'd say that those two for now are really standout moments.
About collaborations, there are any singer that you really want to work together or sing with?
Definitely. So I have a long list, but it also depends on where we're talking. I mean, in Portugal, I'd love to collaborate with Ciro. I think he's really awesome. And Troye Sivan, The Weeknd, Andrea Bocelli, so many people, so many people.
Yeah.
Who
So,
is your
do you have
target
some
audience?
target audience?
Yeah, I think just everyone and anyone who likes the music. Like I said, it's I don't think there's always a target audience. I think it's anyone who connects with your song, and I think that's the really cool thing about music. You can have young people, older people, just anyone from all over the world, different people from all over the world that really connect to your music. So I think my target audience would just be people that would enjoy my music, and that's what I that's what I target.
In the stage, how you present this artist in the stage? Who is with you in the stage?
Oh, so many artists. Nena, Mena, so many Left. I mean, really great artists. I mean, they're all really also known in Portugal, which is an amazing thing. And so that's been really cool as well to be able to participate amongst them has been amazing too. And it's really cool meeting everyone. So yeah, there's so many amazing artists. So I'm very excited to share the stage with them too.
And Filipa, what do you have on your concerts that make it like unique and special for your fans?
I think just as simple as it sounds, just the music that I have. I think I really try to perform from the heart and be as authentic as I can and be relatable in some way. So I think that's what I bring. I mean, everyone does bring their music, right? That is obviously a simple question and a simple answer, but I think that would be it. I think that's what makes it unique. It's just I think I bring my story, and I think if it's relatable to someone else, I think that makes it really special, and that gives you that connection to an audience member.
If you have two concerts in two different cities, they will be the same, or you change some aspects?
I think I'll change it. I mean, you need to make it special for and relatable to the people that you're performing to. So, and I'm also very chatty, so I'll probably have like a lot of comments, and I'll speak to my audience members. I think that's also something I do, and I make little jokes here and there. So, but yeah, I think it's unique because the energy is also different every time you perform on a different stage in front of different audiences. The energy is always so different, and that's the amazing thing about it. There's always a different kind of vibe and energy with when you're performing. So I think that also naturally changes things and naturally changes the experience.
And because you have usually different public between the cities. So
yes, exactly. So it completely changes the vibe all the time, depending on where you are in the audience, for sure.
Your next jobs, how you do the divulgation for that?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
I mean, of your job, do you use like the social media?
connection difficulties.
So, Filipa, for the divulgation of your work, how you make that divulgation?
The divulgation of my work? What could
Yes.
you? Okay, goodness. So I don't actually know what you mean by that.
The divulgation, so you divulgate more in YouTube, Spotify?
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. I think all over, because I like to kind of post all over on all streaming platforms, on YouTube too. I think I love YouTube just because I can post my videos there too. But I do always post it on all streaming platforms, and I think the biggest ones are obviously, Spotify and Apple Music. Those are usually where I get most activity on. But yeah, I still love YouTube too, and I also do post there too. Even SoundCloud, I even use SoundCloud. So, oh, sorry, my microphone fell out. I think everywhere, because so many different people like to use different platforms, so you never really know who's going to be listening. So I think it's important as an artist to be involved on all platforms.
What are your musical references that artist inspires on your journey?
Oh, so many, I think, because I admire so many different elements, but from each artist. But I think my greatest inspiration, I think, ever would be Michael Jackson. I think his music is completely timeless, and I've always loved his, especially in terms of production. And yeah, I think Michael Jackson, I'd say, is the biggest inspiration, I think, for me.
How it is characterized the music industry in South Africa? Is very competitive or not?
Yeah, I think every industry is just like South Africa, but it's a much smaller industry, I would say. It's pretty small, but now, and there are obviously completely different genres there that are also, authentic to South Africa, and so. But I would say, like any industry in any country, I think it's always competitive. There's always competition. There's always a lot of artists. So, which is amazing. It gives room for a lot of different music. So, but I would say it's pretty similar in the sense that yes, it's still competitive. It's still thriving. And we do have our specific genres too. Like we have an official language is Afrikaans that's spoken in South Africa, and we have a lot of Afrikaans music, and that's a really big booming genre there. So that's pretty unique and cool. So we have stuff like that, but it's still competitive for sure.
In New York and Los Angeles, you develop your sonority of pop through the works in collaboration with many producers. Mm-hmm. How far we can see Filipa in that songs that you make in collaboration?
You can definitely see that there's a lot of me in them. I think because pop music is definitely my calling, I think, and it's something that I gravitate towards, and it's a genre I gravitate towards, and I really have, because I got to work with such incredible artists and writers and producers that usually do pop music. I think that definitely helped me grow so much more as a pop writer and as a pop artist, and your ear starts to almost get attuned to it, and you become, your mind thinks that way. So when you're writing a song, you start to already naturally know where to go. So I think that was amazing, and that's been an amazing experience for me, and I always love going there and learning, especially. So I think, yeah, it's definitely, those trips definitely did help me and help me build my sound too, as a pop artist, I would say.
Okay.
I'm back, but guys, sorry about that. My internet was not so
No worries.
good. So I have another question for you, Filipa. About your jobs, the jobs that you have made, and the people that you have worked with. For example, like you have participated in a big success for of Christina Aguilera, and how was it for you? Like how was work with Pam, and how it's for you? Like have having made that.
Well, I think it. I was really humbled and really excited to work with her, and we've developed an amazing relationship. For many years now, we continue to write together. I love writing with her, but I learned so much from her, and I think that's the most important thing. I went in with a completely open mind to our songwriting sessions, and I'm always learning. So it's such an incredible experience, especially working with people that have written such awesome songs and such big songs. Um, it's just nice to see how their brain worked, how their creative process was when they wrote those songs, and it's just really cool to see, and then to see how that also translates into the songs you write together. So I've always been like super into collaborating. I think it's important. I've always found that I write my best work when I collaborate with other people. So yeah, I think it was just an incredible experience, and I was so very lucky.
In the year of 2013, you participated in a contest with covers. While you take how what made you take part in this contest?
It actually happened to me because all I was trying to do was, post covers on YouTube. I think that was trending at the time. And they came across my videos. So it was one of those moments that I just posted the right song at the right time, and they happened to see it, and they, because they obviously were searching for particular covers of that song to then put into the competition. So they asked me, would you like to participate? We found your cover, and of course I said yes. So yeah, that's how that happened. I was just very fortunate. There was definitely a timing, being at the right place at the right time kind of situation. So yeah, that's how that happened.
In this contest, you interpreted the song "Story of My Life" by One Direction. How the decision made?
Well, again, I think at the time that song was very popular, and when I was deciding what cover I was going to post on YouTube, it was definitely the one I thought I really had to do. And it was also cool because I think I wanted to do it in a completely different way to the original, and with a different kind of feeling. And I even had an image already of what I wanted the video to be like. So it was, I really thought it was the strongest song, and I thought it was a beautiful song. So that's why I chose it.
How you reacted when you knew that you won that contest?
I was just so happy. I mean, especially when it comes to anything that's public voted, it makes you feel so, so incredibly special and humbled because, there are people that are supporting you and like taking the time to vote for you. So that it just made me feel really, really happy, really fortunate. I'm very grateful.
Introducing a little the questions of your songs, you said that you are an honest person. How we see that honesty in the message of the songs in usual?
Yeah, I think my lyrics are very they're very true, and they're very authentic. I'm not afraid to put exactly what I feel in my lyrics, and I think you can see that if you listen to all my music. Like I'm very straightforward with what I want to say and how I want to phrase it. So I think you can definitely see that in my music. That comes through, and I'm very specific, very detailed about things. So it's very obvious and very straightforward. I would say that's where you can see it.
In 2014, you launched the song "Chills." What message do you want to pass to the public with this song?
think it was definitely a love song, and yeah, the message that it had was just basically that feeling of having butterflies and the first kind of getting those chills and those feelings, with someone that you like, and so it definitely was that kind of putting into a song what it feels like to have that crush on someone, to have that kind of the butterfly feeling about someone. So yeah, young new love. I think that was what that song was about.
What is the importance to this song to you as a singer?
I think the biggest thing was that it was my first single, so it was the first original single that I released. So I think that was a really big moment for me, because I think every first single that you release as an artist is a big deal, and it's because it's your first one. So I think that's why it meant so much to me.
In 2016, you made the song "Little White Lie." In this song, you talk about relationships. From where come to the inspirations to these lyrics?
Well, this song was actually written by Pam, the writer that I worked with all the time, and it was a song that I had heard that she had written a demo, and I really fell in love with it, and I really wanted to record it because I related to it, I really connected to it, and it was definitely heartbreaking, and I think there was something about it that I really drove towards it. I really connected with it in that way, and I think it also had such a cleverly written lyrics. Like, they were super cleverly written to me. I thought they were awesome, so I wanted to record it. It was just a song that I immediately felt that it had to be mine. So yeah, I think that's where it comes from, and I do think it's also important sometimes to explore those kind of feelings, even when they're not happy. They could be sad about missing someone, about a relationship that you may have not done the right things in, and you regret a lot of things. So I think that's what Little White Lie was about, and I think it was also important for me to also release music that spoke to those kind of emotions too.
White lies are something acceptable to you?
Yeah, I think more the story, the message behind it being, you tell little white lies, but you actually
Yes.
didn't mean them. And I think, we all kind of do that sometimes, to almost protect ourselves. So I think that's where that song came from too. It's you didn't say what you needed to say, and you told little white lies, but you didn't mean them. And that at the end of the day, words are actually important, and you shouldn't say those little white lies, because you could be damaging something or hurting someone. So yeah, I think it's, again, with how I kind of live life, don't tell those lies, because I think you'll most of the times maybe regret them. So that's why I think, that's where I think Little White Lie comes from too.
Have you been in a situation where it was necessary to say a little white lie?
I think so, yes. I think sometimes you do have to say them, but I think the little white lies that I have said, I think are to be nice, or to not create an argument, to not create any animosity. I think, but those are okay. Saying stuff like, an example, saying that when you don't like eating cheese, saying that, no, I'm actually a little bit allergic to cheese, just so you don't have to eat cheese. So maybe like those kind of little white lies that don't hurt anyone. I think maybe those are the ones that I've probably said the most.
When you were singing the lyrics of this song, we found that you refer about love as a person loved someone. Who is this main love?
There wasn't anyone specific for me, but I think throughout your life you do go through relationships that you may lose, and people that you love and you don't realize in the moment. And I think that's very relatable. It's happened to, I'm sure, everyone. You when you miss someone, or you regret things that you did or said to someone you loved. So I think at the time that I released it, I didn't have a great love in that moment, but I think it was, of course, like I related to it because I felt that before previously in my past, and I think I still have after that. So that's why I say I think it's very relatable, and it can, and everyone's probably gone through it at some point.
In the video clip, you use the colors black, white, and red. Mm-hmm. Can we relate that colors with the title of the song or not?
Yeah, I think when I chose to use those colors, I think it just matched the feeling of the song. I wanted it to be in black and white and have the pops of red, because I think it was a nice contrast, and it created like a very melancholic, sad feeling, but the red kind of symbolized memories and that little bit of love or that little bit of fire that is still inside of you for that relationship. So I think that's why specifically I chose to do it with those colors. I think it just really brought out the emotion of the song.
In 2022, you made the song "The Joke's on You." Have you lived a toxic relationship?
I think so, yes. Whether it's, a romantic one or even a friendship, I think again, it's also been relatable throughout my life. I think I've had moments where I've really doubted someone's intention, or really believed that the relationship wasn't worth pursuing anymore. So for sure, I think I've definitely experienced it before.
What can you say for the girls that are suffering in a toxic relationship?
I would say just trust your gut and do what's right for you, because I think deep down we all know what makes us happy, and we all know what our values are and what we want in life and what we want out of relationships. So I think sometimes it can be really difficult, but at the end of the day, really trust your gut and really try to do what's right for you. Love yourself first.
In the song, you have these lyrics. Karma, she's been keeping score. How you think karma can be an aspect of destiny?
I believe in karma, because I think the energy that you put out into the world, or the energy that you give to other people, I think is so important, because it can come back to you. And that's why I say, be kind, be nice, give good energy, because I think when you aren't, I think eventually it will come around and it will come back to you. So I do definitely believe in that, and I believe that energies are very important, and manifesting things are also very important. So that's why, I really do think karma is a good. I put it in the lyrics in there because I think it was also a really good analogy as to, what you give, you'll get. So yeah, I do definitely believe in it.
What was the secret behind of this personal song?
I think there wasn't like a specific secret, but I think I had like a really fun idea of writing it from a kind of like a playful perspective, almost like a murder mystery as well type of perspective, where you're going to catch someone because you're 2 steps ahead of someone, and that could be relatable in so many ways. Knowing the truth behind something, and someone doesn't know that yet, and kind of having the confidence in yourself to understand the situation, and to be brave enough to confront the situation that you're facing. So I think, there wasn't any particular secret, but I've definitely felt that before, and I wanted to write from more that positive angle as well, that, from a confident angle, rather than this person hurt me and betrayed me, rather from a, someone may be doing me wrong, but it's okay, because I'll be okay, and I'll figure it out, and I'm tough and I'm brave. So So I think that's where it came from. That's the feeling that I wanted to put in, and it was also really fun. There's a level of fun to it too.
Passing to the part of Festival da Canção that you are going to participate, it will be at this year of Festival da Canção where you will have your first participation in this event. What expectations do you have for the experience and opportunity that you're going to have?
Well, I'm expecting. I don't actually know what to expect. It's very difficult to know what to expect. I'm very nervous, but also in a good way. I'm just very excited to perform. But I think the best thing is not going in to things with any expectations other than just doing the best you can, giving a great performance, and having fun. Because you know, it's very difficult to expect things, and especially as an artist, I think you need to let things be and let people, you know, because you can't make everyone happy. Not everyone's going to like your song, and that's just part of life. So, you know, when you just expect to rather give your best and expect things that you can control, which is what you do and how you respond and how you perform. So that's what I'm expecting, and obviously it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's such a huge deal, and it's such a big moment for me. So I'm also just very excited and super happy that I was chosen. So yeah, I'm just expecting. I'm expecting to do my best. That's what I'm expecting.
How can we see your musical career until now?
I would say it's a perseverance, and it's been a journey. I would say that's my career. It's been a journey, and I've had such amazing moments, and most importantly, I've become more solid as an artist, and I think that's the coolest thing, and that's the most important thing. So it's just been a journey. That's what I would describe my career as to this point. A really amazing journey.
How are you preparing for the Festival da Canção of 2024 and your performance in the stage?
So I've been staying with family, and I'm rehearsing on my own at the moment. I have to wait for dress rehearsals to see the stage and all of that and be on the stage. But I think I've just been preparing mentally more than anything. I really want to be, you know, in a very good mental space. I want to be calm. I want to have fun. So I've been preparing in that way, and of course, you know, practicing your performance. That's what you have to keep doing. So that's how I've been preparing. It's been a bit of a long wait because it feels like I've been waiting for a really long time. But yeah, that's how I've been preparing. I think just trying to also stay focused and calm.
You sent a song to the free submission of songs to Festival da Canção.
Yes.
Between the many songs, how you reacted to making part of the 6 songs that were chosen to be in this year?
I was so happy and excited. I actually didn't believe that they chose it. I was actually in shock when I got the call. So yeah, it makes you feel so incredible, you know. And you, as an artist, you know, for your hard work to be recognized in that way is a really big deal, and it just made me feel very, very happy and you know, and it's a big accomplishment already as is for me to be going to Festival da Canção. So I'm just very happy. I'm very happy that my song was selected, and it was part of and it's part of, and I mean, I'm among such amazing other Portuguese artists, so that's also makes you feel really great. You know, you feel very humbled.
And your song was selected between the 600 songs, so it's very big number.
Yeah, yes. No, it was very, 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 very big number, but very exciting, very humbling.
Can you reveal what message you intend to convey with your song in Festival da Canção?
So clearly I have a common thread between all my songs, because, you know, this one's also about, you know, the truth will come out. Like, you know, you can lie, but you're going to be caught out. So I think that's the main message behind it. And, you know, you can relate it to so many things in your life. So, you know, I think that's the main message of it. And again, it's also fun. It's also a really like dark and mysterious, but fun message too. Very confident as well, and that's also that's where it comes from. But yeah, again, that you're ahead of someone and you're going to catch them out, so they mustn't lie, and you must always tell the truth. So yeah, I think that's the message of the song, I would say, in short.
What can we expect from Filipa in the stage?
Well, for now, my performance and on the stage live for the first time. So that's what you can expect. And I'm really excited for it. I hope that people will love it. Definitely doing something dark and mysterious to match the vibes of the song. But yeah, I think that's the first thing everyone can expect. And then secondly, just new music. I've been working on new music that I'm really excited to put out. I want to release an EP sometime this year. So yeah.
Are you planning to make a video clip for this song?
I want to, yes. I really want to. I want to shoot something cool because I think it can have, again, a really cool story. I definitely envision the story in my head already. So I want to make a video, yes, for sure.
What stylist you chose to the Festival da Canção?
What stylist? Do you mean like in terms of my clothes?
Yes.
So I actually worked with an amazing designer from South Africa. She's one of the best. Her name is PG, and she has worked with a lot of the Miss South Africa and Miss Universes. So she's incredible, and I've also known her for so many years, and I was so lucky to work with her again for this outfit. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for the outfit. It's gonna be something. So. But yeah, she's a South African artist that I worked with, a designer, stylist.
For the names already announced by RTP, would you consider to be the biggest candidates of the 20 in the competition? And you have already followed the musical journey of any of them?
Yes, I mean some of them I've already known of, and others I've just known of now. But I mean we're all following each other now, especially. So I'm going to keep up listening to them, and because I think they're all so unique, and that's the amazing thing. I think all the songs this year are very, very unique and very different. They all have an extremely different sound and extremely different energy. So no two songs sound the same or similar. They're very, very different. So I think, and it's difficult for me to say, who I think, or who in the competition is the strongest or the strongest candidate. It's so hard to tell because, we've heard what the audience thinks thus far, but I think you still never know what's going to happen. And I think we need to wait till the live performances too, because I think that makes a very big difference too. But they're all strong candidates. So it's so difficult to say. I think and everything is so unique. So you don't really know, I think, what Portugal is going to decide on, because there's very different views from different audience members and there's very different sounds. So it's very difficult, I think, to say. We have to just wait and see. But I think they're all very strong candidates, and I am definitely going to be following them all in the future and following their careers.
And maybe it's like a friends competition, not a strong competition.
Yeah, no, it's a strong competition, but there's, I think, a lot of respect between all of us. There's a lot of respect and I think good wishes. I mean, I wish them all incredibly well and all the best of luck for their performances. I don't know. I don't think there's any negative energy around any of us. Like, it's all just really good vibes and good energy, and everyone's lovely. So I think, we're all going to be very supportive of each other, I'm sure.
If you could choose a dream duet with one of the singers, who would it be and why?
Ooh, I think I would say off the top of my head, Left. I think I'd like to collaborate with Left. I think just because our sounds could work really well together, because he also has a little bit more of a pop kind of sound to his music. So I would say Left, but I'd collaborate with anyone and everyone. I mean, I'd be super happy to collaborate with any one of them. So but yeah, I would say left just off the top of my head, just because I think our sounds would work together.
Between the songs that participated from the beginning in 1964 until now, what are your favorites, and which ones would you choose to sing in a concert?
So from Portugal or just Eurovision? And
From Portugal.
Okay, I would say Chamada Música, and I did sing that song when I was little on stage. So I think that song for sure, because it's like my favorite, and I used to sing it as a kid. So I'd probably sing it again. And then Amar pelos Dois, I think, because it's such a beautiful song. So, and I have also sung that one too on stage a few times, I think. So I think those two songs for sure are my top two.
And
favorites.
from the songs of Eurovision?
Of course, Waterloo from ABBA, of course. That's a classic. And then weirdly enough, I remember this very vividly because I've watched Eurovision since I was a kid with my mom. And I think I remember watching Helena Paparizou's Number One.
Yes.
And I was like really young. And I really loved that song so much because it was, I mean, in the way she performed it too. And it was so memorable. So I always bring that one up and it was such a catchy song. So yeah, I think that one as well. That one's one that's pretty memorable for me.
Many names participated in Festival da Canção and marked the big history of this contest. How do you feel about adding your name to these names?
Oh, just again, very, very happy, very humbled. I mean, it's, you know, when you participate in competitions like this and events like this, it just makes you feel, you know, it's such a big accomplishment because you're a part of such a long line of really incredibly talented artists. So yeah, I feel so humbled and so happy and grateful to be here. So yeah, it just makes me very happy.
Do you follow the song festival every year?
Yes, every year. Yes, every year. Yeah.
Do you usually watch Eurovision? You had idea how the big dimension Eurovision has and the fan community of Eurovision or not?
I do. It's huge. I know that it's huge, and there's so many. It's such a huge event, and I know that there's a lot of Eurovision fans out there. I mean, I was one of them, and I watched it all the way in South Africa at like 2-3 in the morning. So I'm watching it. So yeah, I think it is huge, and I do understand like how massive it is.
You are feeling that this big community is receiving a big impact in your music or not?
I think so. From what I've seen, I think I've seen such great feedback on my music, and everyone's been so lovely. So I think, you know, I have received really great messages and really great comments from people from all over the world, from Eurofans. So it's been really nice so far. I think people have liked the song and taken a liking to it, which is great, which is such great news. So yeah, I think I've received it. I think they've received it well, and I've only had really lovely interactions.
You already listened to the songs of this year?
Yes, I've been keeping up. I've been listening to some, and I've been seeing, you know, keeping up with it and seeing who's representing all the different countries, and so yeah, it's been exciting. I was keeping up with Sanremo recently and looking, because I mean Il Volo was participating, yes. And I wanted them to win. So yeah, I was looking through that, but it's yeah.
What is your favorite between the songs in Festival da Canção and in Sanremo, for example?
Oh, I'm gonna say Il Volo, obviously, in Sanremo. And then I can't say what my favorite song in Festival is. I can't say it because I'm part of it. So yes. You know, I wouldn't. I mean, they're all great. They're all really great. So it's difficult, but definitely Il Volo and Sanremo, because they're one of my favorites. So I'll always support them.
Representing Portugal in Eurovision, what would be for you?
Oh, it'll be such a dream come true. I think it'll be like amazing. It will feel so surreal. And I think, you know, I would feel super proud and super happy to do that. So yeah, it would really be a dream come true, I think, to represent Portugal.
Filipa, can we say that you are feeling that in some way you are representing South Africa in the Festival da Canção or not? Because you are living in South Africa and have some.
Yeah, I think that's, you know, that's what makes me me. I'm Portuguese and I'm South African, so I think that's what, it's a part of who I am. So I think it does feel like, you know, at the same time I'm supporting my roots, which is both. So it does still make me feel really proud for South Africa, and you know, it is a part of me. So yeah, I think so. But yeah, but it's both. It's for Portugal too, because I'm also Portuguese. So when you've got a little bit of both, you you support both, I think. Yeah.
How the audience from South Africa is receiving your song of Festival da Canção?
Very well. They're also being super supportive. Very, very great. I mean, I've also been doing interviews that side. I've been also, the song is circling there in South Africa. So, because at the moment I'm in Portugal, that's why I'm saying there. But yeah, it's been great. People are also receiving it well. I've heard great things. So I really hope everyone continues to love it.
How you react to the, for example, of the song of Maria João, that because she has a little Xangana in the song that is one language of Mozambique. So how you react to that interesting thing that she's taking?
It's very cool, of course, because I mean, I am familiar with all these different genres that, you know, even music from Angola, Mozambique, and it's great. It's got such a great groove, a great energy. So I reacted like super well. I mean, it's great. And again, like I said, it's so nice to see all these different genres and all these different influences in the music. And that's why I say I think this year all the songs in Festival are really, really unique, and they all have such cool elements to them and such cool pieces and influences. So I think that's why it's going to be a really tough decision, because there's just such a different variety. So that's why I also believe that all these songs are really strong contenders.
I forgot to ask you about one thing about your songs.
Yes.
After you launched the songs, you made very impact in the radio charts and in iTunes. How you felt about that?
Again, you feel so amazing, because I think it gives you a little bit of relief to think, okay, you know, some people are liking it, so that's a relief, and that's really exciting. I think every time as an artist you release a new song out into the world for the first time, you're always hesitant, or you're apprehensive, and you're thinking, oh, will people like this, or will they not? You know, that's always a thought I think you have in the back of your head. So when people do receive it well, you know, and you get good feedback, it always feels like a really good relief, and it feels great. So yeah, I was very happy to see that. I was so excited that people were really enjoying the song, and that it seemed to have a really good response. So I was very happy.
Now we would like to make final questions. What was the concert that impacted you the most, that you made or you went?
I would say the first time I ever performed on stage in front of people, it wasn't really a concert, but I was 9 years old. So I think that was an impact for me, because it was such a big moment. It was the first time people were watching me sing and I was on stage. And I think that one, it was very cute. It was a very little concert. It was the Portuguese community in South Africa that held a little concert, and all the kids kind of performed little things, and then I sang my solo song. So I think that was like a big thing. And then when I watched a concert, I would say watching Lady Gaga live when she came to Cape Town, and I watched her there, and that was such an amazing performance because she's such an entertainer, such a brilliant entertainer. So yeah, I would say those two were the most impactful.
Filipa, I forgot, sorry, to make another question in Festival da Canção. In 2023, we had Moya in the Festival da Canção. He made a song about the African power and the humanity in the social aspects. So how do you felt about the message that he transmitted in Festival da Canção?
I think it's very brave, and I think it comes from a really special place, and it's something that he felt strongly about, something that he wanted to represent and write about. And I think again, it's amazing to see someone expressing those ideas for a different country, for a different social kind of in a social aspect, and in a political way. So I think it's very special, and I think it came from a place that was authentic for him, and I think that's what makes it important. I think it's very brave. I think it's brave for artists, especially to comment on political aspects, social aspects. I think it is a very brave thing, because again, there are a lot of different opinions, and it can be a very touchy subject. So yeah, I think it was very brave of him, and it came from a true space. So I really, hats off to him. Like it's great that he did that. It's really great.
You think rap and hip hop can be good to the diversity of the Festival da Canção, like Moya said?
No, definitely, because again, it's introducing different genres and different influences, and I think that's important because music needs to continue to develop. And I think Eurovision has also gone through such a change. There is so many different things that also come onto Eurovision stage, different kinds of genres and again influences and things. And I think it's cool that Festival is also allowing for that to also come into play. And like even with my song, it's an English pop song, and it's not something usually you'd find in Festival. So I think it's really cool that they're allowing for different spaces and different sounds to now come in, because I think again that's important, because it's the whole world of music is changing. So I think it's cool that we're the Festival is also allowing for that and being more open to having something a bit different, So yeah, I think it is really cool. It is really cool that all these different genres are now being introduced, and yeah.
Continuing the final part. As a singer, do you have a dream stage to step onto in Portugal and internationally?
Oof. Well, yeah, I think in Portugal, Festival is a dream stage to step onto. I think that's such a big deal. So I would say that, yes. And internationally, like I mentioned before, I think being on the Grammy stage, I'd love to step foot on the Grammy stage one day, and then think of Super Bowl in the future, because that's But I think the Grammy stage for sure.
And in South Africa?
In South Africa, I would, I'd actually love to perform at one of those festivals like Africa Burn. They have these huge festivals that they host there in South Africa. So and they go on for, it's almost like Coachella. So they have like a Coachella-like event that they do. So I would do that. I'd definitely do like a festival like Africa Burn. That would be very cool to do.
After the Festival da Canção, are you planning to release any new songs or launching your second album?
Yes, definitely. So releasing an EP is what I had in mind for this year. So I'm still working on finishing that, and I'll have that, and I'll release that later this year. So yeah, definitely new music.
What our fans can have as expectations from you in the future?
I would just say new music. Very excited for the new sound, for where I'm going with the new music I have. They're very, very special to me, very cool. I really love them all. So I'm excited for people to hear that, and just for me to keep releasing music, because that's all I want to keep doing, and that's and at least music that people love and that fans will love. So yeah, that's that's all they can expect from me, I would say.
We can see you continuing the same styles music that you are making, or making a fusion, or what?
Yeah, definitely. At the core, it's all going to be the same style, because I think at the core of it, it is still my sound. It's still, melodically and lyrically comes from me, and you'll hear that. But I think I am definitely experimenting with different influences, like sonically. So it will be very similar in the sense that, especially lyrically and I think lyrically very very much similar, but I think sonically and melodically there are a lot of different things that I'm working with and playing around with. But it'll still essentially be pop music, I would say.
In 2019, Portugal received the Eurovision in Altice Arena. Is your dream to make a concert in Altice Arena or not?
Sure, I think I'd be keen to make a concert anywhere. So yeah, that would be really fun. I would for sure. I would love to perform some more in Portugal as well, just because I haven't ever performed here. So I really want to also perform more here and all over. I'd be happy to perform all over the world, anywhere. So yeah.
Can we in the future, can we see a song that you're making in one of the language of South Africa, or not?
Yeah, maybe not. I think I'd do a Portuguese song before that, I think. Okay. Yeah, because I definitely want to do a Portuguese song next.
Upcoming concerts, do you have anything scheduled yet?
At the meantime, no. It's just I've been focusing everything on Festival and seeing what happens from there. So at the moment, no. I have to keep my diary open.
If you have any advice to give to new singers who are just starting their musical career, what would you say?
I would say is to keep persevering, because it can get very, very difficult, and at times, you do feel like you need to keep pushing through, because you might feel a little bit demotivated. But I would say just keep persevering. And another important thing is always stay true to who you are and stay true to your sound, because you don't want to ever compromise yourself as an artist, as a musician, to please anyone else, because you'll never be able to please everyone else. But at least, release music that you truly are proud of and you're really happy with. And then I think that'll always make you happy. So, yeah, I would say that.
After the final part, we'd like to say a message to you from us. So in advance, we'd like to thank you very much from my heart to you and your managers following the interview to be carried out. It means a lot of us to the pageant and to the audience. We want to wish you all the luck in the world for the Song Festival, and that you make it to the final. On my behalf and on behalf of the team, we'd like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the interview, and apologize for the connection of our colleague Ronnie.
No worries. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And good luck to the Festival da Canção.
Thank you. Fábio?